Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a horrible rack, U, U, V and F. Is it bad enough to change? Probably not, because my X can play above the U. So I can play Vex here for 40 points, which must be better than changing this rack leave. As bad as it is not worth minus 40. Can I do anything better than Vex? No, I don't think so. Well, slightly better balance between vowels and consonants, I think. And Fugu is good, so I may be able to make progress with sorting this rack out. I think it is too good to change. Vex is super blocky. Nothing goes above the V or above XU, just 14 for opponent. Fantastic. So, can I play Fugu? Yes, I can. It plays right here for 15 points, which is a poor score, but I am sorting the rack out. Row H, mildly dangerous. There are some tiles which go above the U, but the X is one of them, and that's already been played. Well, this is pretty good, although the Q can often be a bad tile to have without a U. I happen to have most of the tiles that go well with it, in the sense that I have Chi, Cat, Caddy and Cade on my rack. And they play in multiple spots. I have Cat in row J. Oh, wow, that's disappointing. Opponent bingos, just as I was getting into my stride. But their lead, only 35 points, and I have Cade down here for 58. Now, this looks tantalisingly close to a bingo. Is there one? And quite a few floaters to consider. I have Toryutic onto the C. What else do I have? How about the N? This rack looks like it should go well with an N. Oh, wow, back-to-back bingos for opponent, and they block my Toryutic spot. That is disappointing. Troutier with the R, but it's in the wrong spot. Aha, I do have a bingo through the N. It's ritenuto, the musical direction. That doesn't get doubled. And it also plays in row K, not getting doubled. Wow, look at this hot Z spot next to the E of reaching. So, I have ritenuto. Do I have anything better? What about this F? I haven't properly considered that. Re-outfit. Ah, well, I have re-outfit through that. That stops... Interesting, that stops 2 squares short of the double word square, so not dangerous. Yeah, and the X has gone. I'm creating a second Z spot, but I trail, so that's not terrible. 62 points. Is there something even better? Is there a bingo which gets doubled? Re-outfit does not have an anagram. Let me momentarily put this back. I haven't considered all the floaters. What about this G? Not seeing anything there. Where else might get doubled? Nothing with the E. Not seeing a 7, although there could be. I am not seeing anything better than re-outfit for 62. And I draw the Z. Fantastic. So, does it play in both spots? It certainly plays in column 10. I've got ZE. What about column 2? Possibly not. That is painful. Through a T, I would have Strelitz. There is a T. Wow, I have a bingo with this rack. It may actually be better not playing the bingo if my rack leave is good. But this is reasonably promising and I only trail by 9 points. But let me come back to column 2. So I don't have anything which goes after the Z and can go next to the U. And E would need to go next to the R, so I'm looking for E something Z. There isn't anything. Okay, I have stylizer through a Y. So opponent's taken my Z spot, which simplifies matters because I do now just have Strelitz. And opponent provides another T, but Strelitz doesn't get doubled there. So Strelitz for 84. And quite a balanced rack. I lead by 40. Not seeing a bingo here. F and K not particularly bingo-y, but they are good for non-bingo scores. And this O of re-outfit does take a K in front. Tantalising, it would be so good to have a 5-letter play ending in K, but I don't think I have one. I have Fenk, I think. $36 for opponent, nice score, just 9 points between us. So, what can I do here? Let me see what Fenk scores. So this is 41, decent score, nothing goes in front of KO, not much goes in front of ER, but P does, and 2 of those to come. Should I be doing anything about the W? 41 points for Fenk. What else is available? There's... well, I was going to say a K spot under this C, but nothing goes in front of the C of reaching, so that's not going to play. E, F goes under the E. So I have Kef in that spot, but the rack leave isn't fabulous, and the score is significantly less than Fenk. I was thinking about this W, so I have Wolf for 30, keeping back the K. I don't think that W is dangerous, so I am going with the score. Fenk for 41. Oh, invalid. That's a shame. What was I thinking of? So I've got Tonk in this spot. 38 points. Keeping the F. I think what I'll do is go with Wolf, and I may draw the tiles to have a 5-letter play ending in K. Yeah, so Wolf for 30. And I have Twank in column 2. Fantastic. Will that stay available? What if it doesn't? No 7 or 8 with these tiles. Great. Opponent leaves my Twank spot alone. I hope this is good. Surely it is. Twank for 64. Fantastic. And look at this reward. An immense rack. Surely I am bingoing. So, where are the lanes? Not very many, in fact. I don't think reaching takes an S. Gosh, is this a board without... No, there is a really nice lane. Row B, because Troy takes an S in front. So, I lead by 43. Surely this is going to be lights out for my opponent. So what do I have? that ends in S. I have lionettes. Okay, I'd like to avoid placing a vowel under this triple word square because it's very easy for opponent to place a scoring tile above it. So, etalons, that doesn't work. What are the anagrams of etalons? Not sure. Noblest doesn't end in S. Let me just pause because I could have an S something, I something, something play. Is that worth thinking about? An E can't go under the L, so I think that's unlikely. Let me go back to looking for plays ending in S, which don't have a vowel third from last. That's noblest, that doesn't play. Double E. 12 minutes on my clock, fortunately plenty of time. Teflons, doesn't work. Longest. This is lionettes, onlyest, and something else. Entoils. That doesn't work. Meltons. Nope. Loments. Loments. Fantastic. I think that does the job. I'm putting the M on the triple letter square. Well, that's only costing me 3 points. I'm going to suck that up. And I have a problem rack, but I have a lead of 110. Can I hang on? The remaining tiles are pretty bingo-y, but the board isn't. So opponent doesn't know that I've got only consonants. Wow, 48 points. And, well, could opponent catch me without bingoing? Surely not. 9 tiles to come. I'd quite like to play through this E, but if I place my J above the E, well, I'm not sure I have such a play, but opponent could simply put an O or an A on this triple word square. So, what to do? This isn't particularly dangerous. It's really a matter of how I can sort this rack out. Nothing I've got goes after bar. I could change, but I really don't want to. Given that my lead is 70, I'd really like to keep scoring. Ads is good. Wow. Tricky. I could play jog. I don't like that. Wow, this is a lot trickier than I appreciated at first. Maybe I should change. Let me count the remaining vowels. 10 out of 16. Surely I've got something with this rack. So what about just doing this? I think it makes it very hard for opponent to score off. I'm burning tiles. I'm likely to draw vowels. I'm not opening the board up. I am going with this. Wow, a solitary vowel. I was expecting more. I was also hoping that I might have a couple of vowels to enable me to play Jane in row A or something similar. But I think this is good enough to keep playing. ZE is good, but I can't make a play get doubled. So opponent opens the board up. 4 tiles in the bag. Not massively bingo-y, but a bingo might be enough for opponent. So I don't want to empty the bag. What do I want to do? So wrap takes an E. Gosh, this is tricky. 8 minutes on my clock, fortunately. I don't have to play the J off. I'm just wondering if it's worth hanging on to for row A, but there's only one A to come for Jane, and I'm not seeing anything else which goes in that spot. Four tiles, so I'm only looking to play 3. So what about playing patch for 15? So if opponent bingos, what about playing peck and keeping the H back to go under the C for score? Yeah, I think peck kills the lane. It does leave 2 in the bag, so opponent could play off 1 tile, but this totally takes out every bingo possibility created by opponent. I am going with this. And I draw 2 vowels, which is good. Are there any lanes I've overlooked? Yeah, opponent does open a new lane. There is an S to come. They've emptied the bag. So, do they have a bingo? I can see their tiles at the bottom. I don't think there is a bingo there. So, what do I do? I think I'd like to hold back the H. And my lead is only 56 points. If I've overlooked a bingo, opponent could win. So is there a bingo here? I'm just looking at starting letters, not seeing anything with an A. B-E-I-N. O. Obeisant and botanies through a T. S. No. Well, this is nerve-wracking stuff. I don't think I can outrun a bingo. What do I have in column 13? Or what about playing Zig? Because opponent's got 1 S, but they don't have 2, so this kills row N. This doesn't feel like a massively clever play. I am keeping back the H. I'm not going to go out in 2, but I don't need to go out in 2 to win. I just need to avoid opponent bingoing. So they could bingo in column 14 with a 9-letter play, which would be impressive. So let me consider if they have one. This rack plus E and M. No, I'm not seeing one. Is there anything better than Zig? I don't want to play anything longer. Because then opponent could play in row O and reach this triple word square. Okay, I am going with Zig. What have I missed? Possibly NO as a 2-letter set as well for a 9, but they're difficult to spot. So at the moment I do have a hot H spot, but it would leave a pretty grim rack. I have jaw in column 5. Can't see any extensions to peck, apart from an H at the end. Opponents played jolly quickly. Just 4 minutes on my clock, but 15 on theirs. So jaw is the only J play on my rack. And opponent's got a lot of time to find the best play. Ball is good, but I don't have anything better than La. Great, just 34 for opponent. Gosh, my lead is only 37 points, but surely that's going to be enough. So opponent with A-I-N. Just checking that I'm not going to be stuck with the J. 4 minutes on my clock. I've got jar. Where else can my J play? Well, opponent's only got 3 tiles, so this is what I'm thinking of. Playing, I can place an R here as well. So I've got row. I have Joel on my rack as well as jaw. Does that make a difference to anything? I don't think so. I may end up being stuck with the J, but opponent's not going to be able to do enough with AIN. Rose scores 31 points, which is pretty decent. It's going to make me 68 points in front. And opponent may well decide just to go out now. But they could stick me with the J. I've only got JA with the A of Cades. I'm not seeing anywhere else for my J. I'm still... Let me scan the board a little more methodically for J spots. Well, opponent goes out, which is fine. And the final score, 449 for opponent, 480 for me, a winning margin of 31 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a fantastic game. Super exciting stuff. And very exciting finish. So it was opponent to go first. They played Hour. And I have Vex for 40, which looks best. Opponent plays Dev. Fugio, that's nice. Where's that? A for Fugio and Odd. Instead, I play Fugu for 15. 14 fewer points, avoiding the U, but DIO isn't massively different to DO, and the F covering the double letter square means that row A not massively dangerous, so Fugio would have been better. Nice bingo for opponent, and the only one available. But, oh my word, look at this. Look at this, what a miss. Caddy in row H for 98 points. Instead, I play Cade in column 15. Wow. I was so pleased when machine came down and I realised I had a D for its hook that I overlooked row H. So well done if you spotted that. That would have been immense. So a 40-point sacrifice on a play which I felt really good about. And it would have obstructed or prevented opponent from making this play, but I suspect they had alternatives. Now, I'm rewarded for my blunder by having a bingo. Re-outfit 462 and Ritenuto was the only alternative. No bingo for opponent, would have had overstay through an A. They played Troy with its S front hook. And now I have a bingo. K2, Strelitz, that's where I played it. It also plays in row C, not getting doubled. So I have a slender lead. Opponent plays Wived for 36, and there's fewer than 10 points between us. Thought about Tonk. Went with Went with wolf, retaining the K for column 2, and I think that was the right thing to do. No bingo for opponent. They play ums, and I have twank for 64. So I now do have a bingo's lead, but 22 tiles and a blank still to come. Opponent plays bar, and I have this dream rack. And what do I play? I play loments, which, well, for 68, so it's not in the 70s, but I think most of these 70s plays put a vowel under this triple letter square. So let's have a look. Third tile from the end. O, E, I, E, O, 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 N. Okay, so Talanes would have been the play for 2 more points. Opponent's rack. Nice play of pity for 48 to bring them within a bingo's reach. And I have 7 consonants, which made for a nervy ending. I10, CH, 28 points. Well, I turned over tiles in order to increase my chances of drawing vowels, which were pretty precious for me, given my all-consonant rack and given that the value of vowels increases a lot in the end game, and nerd does have some obstructive effect at the top in respect to this triple word square. Now, opponent close to a bingo, but no lanes, creates one with rap. CH still available, but that doesn't do anything about the bingo threat. So I play peck, and although the score is way off, this is an intentional play to take out bingo lanes and set up a nice H spot for me. So no bingo for opponent. They create a new lane, which is the right thing to do. And I shut that down with zig. K2 shoji. That's not doing any shutting down. K8 thurl. Well, thurl is the sort of play which, well, it does obstruct row N, but I would have to be really careful as to whether opponent had a bingo through that L. I don't think albinos is spelt with an E, but zig avoids having to make that sort of calculation. Now, no bingo for opponent. They play bones. I have row for 31, and opponent goes out for 19 with Annie. So what a fantastic game. Really close towards the beginning, and then I missed a 98-point Q play, but managed to bingo on my next move with re-outfit, and then got Strelitz down, which was really, really fortunate, and lament. So I had a nice run of tiles, established a good lead, but then drew 7 consonants and had a mildly nervy endgame, as I had to make sure that opponent couldn't bingo and catch me on countback. But super exciting stuff. Many thanks to opponent for a good battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.